What if consciousness is not just brain activity, but something woven into the deepest structure of reality itself? What if your thoughts, your awareness, your sense of I are not merely electrical signals, but echoes of the universe at its most fundamental level? Today, we explore one of the most controversial and fascinating ideas in modern science, the Orch-OR Theory, and the question that refuses to go away: does quantum gravity generate the human soul? For decades, science has treated consciousness as a byproduct of the brain. Neurons firing, chemicals flowing, circuits activating. But there's a problem. No matter how deeply we examine the brain, something always escapes explanation: subjective experience. Why does awareness feel like something? Why is there an inner world at all? This is where the Orch-OR theory enters the stage. Proposed by physicist Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff, this theory suggests that consciousness does not arise from classical brain processes alone. Instead, it emerges from quantum events inside tiny structures within brain cells called microtubules. Microtubules are part of the cell skeleton. For a long time, they were thought to simply provide structure. But Orch-OR suggests something radically different. These structures might function like quantum processors, capable of sustaining quantum states. Now pause for a moment. Quantum processes inside the brain? That sounds unlikely. The brain is warm, wet, and noisy, the exact opposite of the controlled environments where quantum effects are usually observed. And yet, the theory argues that microtubules are uniquely suited to protect and sustain these fragile quantum states. Here's where it becomes even more intriguing. According to Orch-OR, consciousness arises from what is called objective reduction, a process tied to quantum gravity itself. In simple terms, when quantum possibilities collapse into a single reality, that collapse is not random. It is influenced by the structure of spacetime. Let that sink in. Your conscious moments, your thoughts, decisions, perceptions may be linked to tiny collapses of quantum states shaped by the geometry of the universe. This is not just neuroscience anymore. This is physics at the deepest level. So what does this mean for the idea of the soul? Traditionally, the soul has been understood as something non-physical, an essence beyond the body. But Orch-OR offers a strange middle ground. It doesn't describe the soul as a mystical substance floating somewhere outside reality. Instead, it suggests that consciousness is rooted in fundamental features of the universe itself. In this view, consciousness is not created by the brain. It is orchestrated by it. The brain becomes less like a generator and more like a receiver or even a filter. This opens up a radical possibility. When the brain stops functioning, the quantum information that contributed to consciousness may not simply vanish. It could, in principle, return to the fabric of the universe. Is this survival after death? Is this the soul? The theory does not claim certainty, but it challenges the assumption that consciousness is entirely local and temporary. Critics, of course, are quick to respond. Many scientists argue that there is no solid evidence for sustained quantum processes in the brain. Others claim that Orch-OR stretches physics beyond its tested limits. And they have a point. The theory is still highly speculative. But speculation is often where breakthroughs begin. Consider this. Before quantum mechanics, the idea that particles could exist in multiple states at once sounded absurd. Before relativity, time itself was thought to be absolute. Science evolves by questioning what seems obvious. And Orch-OR dares to question one of the most basic assumptions of all, that consciousness is merely computation. If consciousness is instead tied to the fabric of reality, then it may not be reducible to algorithms or artificial systems. This has huge implications for artificial intelligence. It suggests that no matter how advanced machines become, they may never truly be conscious unless they tap into the same fundamental processes. So where does this leave us? We stand at the edge of two mysteries: the nature of consciousness and the structure of the universe. Orch-OR attempts to connect them. It may be wrong, it may be incomplete, but it forces us to ask deeper questions. Are we just biological machines, or are we participants in a cosmic process far beyond our current understanding? Is consciousness something we produce or something we access? And if our awareness is rooted in the very structure of reality, then perhaps the idea of the soul is not a relic of ancient thought, but a clue pointing toward a deeper truth. The Orch-OR Theory does not give us final answers, but it does something equally powerful. It expands the horizon of what we are willing to consider. And sometimes, the most important step in understanding reality is daring to ask the question differently.